Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Dale and today I'm taking you to the beautiful state of Maine in the northeastern United States. We're going to Maine to tell you a very sad story of a girl taken from her family too soon, the dangers that lurk deep within those whom we are closest to, and how little white lies can turn deadly. Just outside of Portland, Maine lies the beautiful coastal city of Saco. And in the late hours of February 9th and into the early hours of February 10th, a family's life was turned upside down. This case has been cold for over 20 years, although police do think they know what happened. No arrests have ever been made. I can hear you all asking, what happened? Well, I wish I had that answer, but I can try to help you understand the details. So let's get right into this cold case from a frozen state. Just outside the city of Portland, Maine, not Oregon, lies the beautiful coastal city of Saco. Saco falls close to the mouth of the Saco River where it dumps into the Atlantic Ocean. Saco is a safe community. They're the type of community that doesn't have a public high school. They actually have a private high school known as Thornton Academy that children in the community of Saco can attend for free, but Thornton Academy draws students from outside the community as well. In early 1999, Thornton Academy was the school home to one young sophomore named Ashley Ouellette. Her close friend describes Ashley as so much fun to be around. Ashley had the type of personality that we're all just drawn to. She was funny, happy, silly, and caring. Very social, loved talking, and had many friends. 20 years is a long time, and you can imagine that to Ashley's family, 20 years seems like an eternity. But let's back up a little. Ashley Erin Ouellette was born on March 29th in 1983 in Saco, Maine. Her parents, Bob and Lise Ouellette, have stated that Ashley was a normal New England high school student. She did reportedly have some troubles in school, however her grades were gradually improving as she worked her way through the sophomore curriculum at Thornton Academy. On February 9th, 1999, Ashley's parents allowed her to sleep overnight at a friend's house, although it was a school night. This may be strange to some of you watching, but I'd just like to point out that her house was less than a mile away from the friend's house where she was staying. At around 10 p.m., Ashley called her mother to say goodnight. At some point between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m., some boys from their school dropped by to sleep over. I'm going to change the names of the boys. As you all know, I don't like using the real names of people who have not been officially charged with a crime. So today, we'll refer to those brothers as Aaron and Blake. That's right, the two boys who dropped by the sleepover were brothers. Ashley reportedly had a crush on one of the brothers, Aaron. The group decided to head over to the boys' home, but when the others left the residence, Ashley decided to stay behind. The parents alleged that Ashley told them that she was kicked out of her home and needed a place to sleep. The parents decided not to call Ashley's parents to verify, and just allowed Ashley to sleep on the couch. At around 12:30 a.m., the parents gave Ashley a blanket and made the couch up for her to sleep on. According to the boys' parents, Ashley left some time after everybody fell asleep, and they have no idea what happened to her. As a side note, the parents of Ashley later filed a civil suit against the parents. They claimed that the boys' parents owed Ashley, quote, a duty of reasonable care, including a duty to provide reasonably safe premises and a duty to reasonably supervise the activities of minors in their home. In response to the suit, the boys' parents claimed that they had no duty to call Bob or Lise Ouellette when Ashley appeared at their home that night. They claim that Ashley, quote, assumed the risk of her injuries and damages. Keep in mind, Ashley was just 15 years old. David Beneman, the Ouellette's lawyer, said that the boys' parents' admission that Ashley was at their home that night strengthens the case. He goes on to say that any reasonable parent would have called Ashley's parents if she had shown up that late on a school night. The court proceedings were halted when the boys' parents declared bankruptcy, and a verdict was never reached in the civil case. Something went terribly wrong between the hours of 12 a.m. and 4 a.m., because at 3:57 a.m., a passing motorist found Ashley's body in the middle of the road, roughly 10 miles from Aaron and Blake's home. Some reports state that Ashley was still warm but had no pulse and that there was blood around her mouth. I couldn't verify these facts, so I can't rightfully report it as truth. Police were called, and after processing the scene, they sent Ashley to the medical examiner for an autopsy. The coroner listed her cause of death as homicide by strangulation. That's when the investigation kicked into high gear. Police quickly traced Ashley's movements on the night in question and soon zeroed in on Aaron and Blake's home. They issued a search warrant for the home, and an affidavit indicates that law enforcement were concerned about the activities of Blake. Ashley had a relationship with Blake's older brother, Aaron. The brothers were the only ones home that night, other than the parents, and they all had been extensively questioned by police. Police questioned both Aaron and Blake as well as their parents and served the search warrant at the home. I have found reports that state the evidence found and seized at the home includes a trail of blood leading from the kitchen to the living room. They seized evidence of sexual activity, including a condom. They removed bedding, including a pillowcase with a stain on it, as well as samples of carpet and upholstery. They also reportedly removed jewelry and a purple cord. They took hair and tissue samples from Blake and fingernail clippings. Investigators also processed Blake's car. From the car, police reportedly removed a gold ring, a black shirt, and a scarf. I also found reports of them finding a brown grass at the location that matched some grass found on or around Ashley's body, but again, I couldn't verify that with an official statement, but I did find these details from multiple sources. So let's keep going. Blake's story changed several times, and investigators found blood in Blake's car, but that evidence has never definitively linked Blake to Ashley's murder. A Maine State Police spokesman said this about the case, quote, "There's a pretty big gap between probable cause and beyond a reasonable doubt. It could be that the next tip we get, the next lead we get, might put us right over the top." Still, after only 20 years, police are waiting for someone to come forward. "I think it's fear. Fear of the people who did this," says Ashley's uncle. "There's a murderer walking amongst us. You could be at the main mall and that murderer be walking right beside you," he continued. This case gets even more strange with yet another missing person, who is assumed to be deceased at this point in time. The speculation around town is that this person may have had answers, but he went missing only a few months after Ashley's murder. So let's dig into this a little bit. Angel Antonio Torres, known as Tony to his friends and family, was a college student who lived in Denmark, Maine, when he went missing after a night out with friends. According to those friends, they were in the Old Orchard Beach area before dropping Tony off in Biddeford at around 2 a.m. on May 21st, 1999. They state that Tony was searching for a ride to North Conway, New Hampshire, which is roughly an hour-and-a-half drive from Biddeford. On May 24th, 1999, Tony's girlfriend called his parents and stated that he never showed up for his first day at work. His parents reportedly called police and reported him missing after failing to get in touch with him. Family and police believe that Tony met with foul play, but with no body and no evidence, this theory is not substantiated. Tony's father, Narciso Torres, said that his son's disappearance may be connected to the individuals in the Saco area. He said that a group of unidentified people involved in criminal activity, who were not Tony's friends, but did frequent the same parties as Tony did. Narciso says, "I think Tony knew them through other people. Tony may have somehow been aware of the crimes these people committed." The Maine State Police have said that there has been no evidence uncovered that supports the connection between these two cases. So that's it. That's the information that I've been able to uncover. Some of it was hard to verify. The police are remaining very tight-lipped about this case even though it's been so long, and my request for information from the Maine State Police has gone unanswered. You'd think this case would be open and shut, and I think it does shed some light on the Delphi investigation. It seems to me that in this case they have more evidence than the Delphi case, and yet they still were not able to confidently make an arrest. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this video. And please keep an eye out for the live stream, most likely on this coming Monday, where we're going to discuss this cold case in a little bit more detail and go over some theories and speculation. Hopefully I can give you a few more details. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video and you want more cold case files. Also, you can send me an email with any cold case files you think I should cover. So as always, take care of each other, and I will catch you next time.